All right, we're back. Good morning. Buongiorno. Let's be patient. Let's be disciplined. Let's be discerning. Not blow accounts. Let's attain profitability and achieve mastering ourselves. Okay. So it's a choppy, sloppy market today, full of traps and feeling like the market is out to get us. At least that's what my experience is this morning. We're going to reset here, start again, stay focused, take a breath, and be patient, wait for trades to come. So let's see, we got an alert here. Let's see if this is worth anything. Look at this chop. RSI is below the 70 overbought threshold. It's not a trustworthy place to get in on a trade. You see these wicks. You see a trade that I went into, immediately got wicked out on a quick pullback. It's like it sees my trade execute and then pushed down hard to a $600 loss. It's just very frustrating, as we all, I'm sure, have experienced. So we have to follow the rules. We have to, the main rule is, again, being patient. Look at this chop. This is not a clean breakout. Even this distance that you can see in retrospect was gained here from the opening range this morning. Was a fairly wide opening range, as it's covered in the shade of the Lux Algo opening range indicator. The ORB and targets, opening range breakout with targets. So we did break out, as we can see. We gained some good distance here on the upside. There was a lot of chops, a lot of wicks, still wicking each direction, still trying to push up. I don't trust getting in a trade here again because the RSI is not showing substantial strength, and we're going to get a pullback again, inevitably, especially if I enter the trade. The market makers are watching. Of course, that's ridiculous, and one individual is not going to change the market direction, but I think it's the hive mind of all of the traders in the world who are trading NASDAQ at the same time and making the same execution with the same ideas, which is, common and understandable thing that would happen. So let's just remain patient, wait for some strength on the RSI Scalper Pro indicator, get above the 70 line or below the 30 line if we're in a downturn, and then execute a trade. Not in this choppy mess. Look at these pullbacks. These wicks are just ugly, not sexy, not pretty, not fun. They're painful. Get involved in that, and next thing you know, you don't know if it's going to continue down or when that trade I took, all of a sudden, after all that distance, it decides to cross the EMA, go down to the second EMA as if it's going to push hard down to the south. And of course, I exit out of the trade and it reverses back up again. What can I tell you? I mean, again, this is probably the mass effect of everybody that's doing the exact same thing at the exact same time. How else can we explain it? You can let me know in the chat. So here we are pushing down again past the EMA, looking as if, as well as the RSI, pushing down to the 50 line. If it crosses that 50 line, that means that there it is, just barely crossing that 50 line and crossing that second 13 EMA line, or just touching on it anyway. So it's touching on the 50 line on the RSI, midpoint, the median line, and touching on the support and resistance line that just happens to be at the very top of the 13 EMA line. Now, if it crosses over that support and resistance line to the downside and crosses that 13 EMA line and crosses the 50, that's a confluence that would indicate that price is going to start moving in that direction aggressively. But right now, we can't be certain of that. And as we could see, this next candle is looking a little, not very bullish, not extremely strong, kind of weak, bullish, but it is trying to push up back above or towards and above in the 9 EMA line. So 10:39 a.m. What a day we had yesterday. I was down $5 from my max drawdown, my max $2,000 drawdown, more or less $5. And I waited all day for a huge flush or rip to pull me out of that drawdown and put me back into green territory. Finally, last night when Trump, I guess, announced the Canada tariffs at about 8:30 p.m., shortly after 8 p.m., comes downward, pushing down below the 50 RSI line. Anyway, I pulled myself out and above the break even $2,500 profitable from the lowest point that I was, which, or I should say, 2,500 from my starting P&L. So it's kind of confusing when you're trying to calculate exactly where I am and can and can't be to not violate the rules of take profit trader. You can't make more than 50% of the target, the profit target, which is $3,000, 50% being $1,500. I made $2,500 over where I was. Is that right? Yeah, so I had to lose, I think, $1,400 on purpose. I hope I'm in the right place now. Well, the account is still alive, so I assume I am. I'm somewhere around 51,300, 51,002 something, I believe. So I'm in a safe space, but since I had to lose $1,400, I'm only $600 above, I assume, my max drawdown for Monday morning. I'm not trading on that account today because, as I said, I've reached my maximum profit allowance. So let's see what's happening here. I don't trust this price action one bit, especially when the RSI line is still above the low threshold 30 line, because this could quickly reverse. I've been watching it happen. I've watched it happen. And as I said, I lost a couple of trades playing around with this sloppy chop. And the lesson to be learned is don't play around with the sloppy chop. Don't get in the mud with the pigs. You're going to get dirty, right? So, you lay with dogs and you're going to catch fleas, as they say. So stay out of the dog kennel. This is a dog kennel. This is a pigsty right here. Look at this. This is not going consistently down. I mean, it's teasing, it's faking, it's sweeping liquidity from these fake outs. That's what's happening here. I mean, if it is what they say, institutional traders that are, taking profit by faking out novice traders and then sweeping their stop losses, thereby adding liquidity. That is what liquidity is in the market. That liquidity is how, these institutional traders, this is how they thrive. This is what their business goal is to take profit, of course. And how are they going to get profit if they don't take from losing traders? So we don't want to be a losing trader and fall into this trap that these institutional traders impose on us. And we want to be patient. We want to be disciplined. Keep your fingers off the buttons and wait. Wait for movement that is steady, that is fluid and consistent, and certain, confident that it's not going to do a reversal on you. And the way that we could do that best is, again, the RSI Scalper Pro indicator, because when that line is above the 70 on a rip or below the 30 on a flush, or any kind of downward movement below the 30 and an upward movement when it's above the 70 and pointing upward and giving us a buy signal, or not even necessarily a watch or a heads up triangle signal, with that same position on that graph, on that channel graph there, then we can be confident that we're not going to get stung. So nobody wants to get stung. And nobody wants to have a bad day and give you a bad mood. Now, it might sound like I'm in a bad mood, but it's Friday. Be in a positive mood. And we can turn things around, and we're going to turn things around with patience and just waiting. Now, I'm only trading today for another 45 minutes. So if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. We're going to just keep the account alive at least. And then there's always Monday, in this case, being Friday. So, I mean, look at this chop, though. See, I mean, it was heading down, touched on the VWAP first deviation line, and bounced off of that, headed right back up to the EMAs, which are tangled up there around 987, 22,987, bouncing off of that on the bottom and pushing right back down again. It's like a ping pong tournament here. So, not my kind of market to trade in. But things could turn around. So let me go do something real quick. And nothing's happening now. It looks like we're in a sideways motion. And the RSI is indicating accordingly on the 50 line. Excuse me. Be right back. I know what's missing. Let's get the vibe right. Put some nice meditation music on, some calming, soothing beats, soothing tunes. Here.
It's 2025. AI can build a pro-level website within a couple of minutes. Meanwhile, you're still asking it how to write
Always pushing down now, touching on that 30 line. Tilting right back up. Sorry, the RSI line touching on the 30 line. Low side, touching right back up, going back up to the 50 line, median line. And you can see another fake out, tending to go in a downward direction. There you go. All you need to jump in there. Sorry that you got this over. How that goes when it's a negative decision, when it's an impatient, hasty decision, because the RSI not in the position where it needs to be for us to make a competent, profitable trade. Okay, so the 50 line, don't mess around in the middle of this channel. Not big trades, middle of the channel, touching out the pressure line, 70 or 30 on the inside. And even when it just crosses over slightly, that's another indication of fake out. It's go loss or loss. It's moving in that direction. If it's not moving in that direction, assertively, and conviction, it's not going to look like a fake out. It's going to reverse. It's going to be painful. So, chopping around sideways, the good news is it's not going to chop sideways forever. Yin and yang. What goes up must go down. What goes sideways must pick this direction. So, up or down. So we're gonna wait. And it could happen. It could go all day like this is Friday. It's slow summer volume. Volume right now is not tremendous. Okay. Go grab something. Do some push-ups. That's what I do, guys. I do exercises. You know, if you watch the stream, I do exercises in between these downtime, slop chop, range movement, sideways movement. Is it time to do some exercises? Grab a kettlebell, do some push-ups, do some pull-ups on the pull-up bar. Get one of those pull-up bars you put in your doorway. These things will help us, help our mind, and also keep us to stay in shape. So that's what I recommend. I'm gonna go do some push-ups right now, grab some oatmeal, and fill my tea. Fill my teacup. Wait for profit.
I stay awake until the first glimmer of sun hits the horizon. I am afraid of the dark, no one to talk to, only my own thoughts to live with.
All right, hang tight. 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 Unfucking believable. No more trades, man, until it gets in the position that I lecture about. This is fucking bullshit. Sorry for the language, YouTube. I'm sorry. It's unbelievable. And if I was paying attention, my brother would have gotten this. Already pushed out. Get this crap. Get this crap. RSI Scalper Pro indicator, or then you follow the price action. As you can see now, the price action candle pushing down aggressively. If I were just watching that candle push down like that, and then look at that quick retrace, I might get in on that candle movement, on that price action, on that supposed momentum. But looking at the RSI to verify for confluence, it's not verifying. It's up considerably above the 30 threshold line. It's not touching it. Let's put it that way. Even when it does touch it, it's not. There it is. Got retrace. Pullback. I mean, yeah, it may chop like this on its way down to make some tractions, make some ground. But on the other hand, it might reverse. Damn it. It very likely will reverse. See, that's not enough ground to make profit, especially with traces like that. You're waiting for more profit, and it goes back and reverses. There it goes, reversal. The RSI Scalper Pro was right again. If you're interested in this medium code that I spent days tweaking, writing, perfecting, including the buy and sell balloons, the watch and heads up triangles, and the volume balloon indicators on the chart above the candles that give us an indication of when those candles are multiplied exponentially in their volume in comparison to the previous 20 candles, or whatever you put in the settings. Settings are customizable. My default settings are full. The hard part is obeying and respecting the indicator. We get impatient. We lack discipline. To think we're all doesn't look like today's going to be a profitable day. This Friday, this chop is too precarious. Candles are too tenuous, too unpredictable. And we got 15 more minutes in our session.
Frustrating.
previous days, reflecting turns in the market pricing direction. Days, months. Very important success. RSI line is laying almost flat on that very line, which is very, very precarious indication that it's not a safe bet. Now it's going to come as close as it can. Either. You know that price is moving up. I wouldn't trust it to go in on a long because not only could it reverse, but it's likely to trace dramatically or reverse. You can see it's right here in the
Thank you.